I really should have had a lot of this in place before I started, but what do I know? Oh, hi. Welcome to the stream. I've completely forgotten how to set everything up. I can't even see the chat log, if that's even something that's open right now. Oh boy. I really need to learn how to use these things ahead of time. Ah, Jesus Christ. Well, I have no idea what to do now. But I guess I'll just start drawing and hope something works. Hi there! I guess that means the chat's working. So I'm not really doing anything today. I'm just really bored and honestly don't have anybody to really talk to. I mean, I have plenty of people to talk to during the day, but I don't know. Things always get a lot more lonely whenever my sister goes back to her house. And I said I was taking requests, but I usually do that on like either that community post or if I make a post on Instagram, since it's just easier to check on those since I'm using my tablet to draw and I can just check on them on my phone. But so far I didn't really get any, so I'm just drawing Tawny. Also, if you guys hear any bells in the background, that's just the cats jumping around. Usually they're asleep, but sometimes they like to be little pills and beg for food even when I've already fed them. Also, my family's home today, so if you just hear muffled talking in the background, that's them. Hello. If you guys got any questions to ask me, you can go ahead and ask. I'm okay. Kind of awkward because I haven't streamed in a while and I've forgotten how things work. Yep. Hey! See, I watch a lot of streams, usually Honeycast streams in particular, and it always seems like a lot more fun whenever I have somebody to voice chat with, but I have absolutely no idea how to do that. All I use is the standard, like, YouTube streaming thing. I've tried using Streamlabs, but I have no idea how that works either. I guess I kind of need a computer for that. No, I cannot say something in Polish. I have no idea how to speak Polish. I can barely speak English correctly. Don't ask me to speak other languages, I beg of you. Hey, sissy! I'm lonely without you here. We should have streamed while you were here. But then again, the router wasn't working, so we would have kept getting cut off. It's literally 10:10 a.m. Yeah, you would have clammed up, but it still would have been fun to not be alone. We could have shared the awkwardness together. Did I say awkward? Okay, now I can't even pronounce it. I'm just going to stop trying. See, this is what I mean. I can't speak any other language than English, and I can barely speak that correctly. My day just started. My cat woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning wanting to be fed. So then I had to try and get back to sleep so I wouldn't end up falling, like, so I wouldn't end up falling asleep in the middle of it. Okie dokie. Oof. You know, surprisingly, I do not draw, like, any of my dear fellow traveler characters enough. It's a good thing that I didn't try to jump into making it a comic, because, oh boy, that never turns out well with me. Though I can't really say that writing does any better, because for the past week I've only been editing my stories, well, the old ones, to make them better. I don't know if any of you have noticed that, but yeah, I keep editing the same stories over and over again, trying to, like I keep editing them, but I then keep missing things that have either been written wrong after I've edited them, or like little spelling mistakes I didn't see before, or that I saw before but forgot to fix. Even though that I still have like another Dear Fellow Traveler chapter that I want to work on, but instead of working on that or any kind of vid work that I want to do, I'm just editing a bunch of stories. Kind of weird how you pronounce. For some reason, I use other work to procrastinate with current work. I'm not saying that. I can't even read it. And my day's good. I had to wake up a bit early because, like, after I posted last night that I might stream, everyone kept, well, not everyone, but a few people said that they wouldn't be on until like earlier and everything. I haven't really streamed much, but I did do a few storytime videos, and I've even tried reading my own stories out loud. So maybe that's where it's from. I don't really voice chat on, well, anything because, like, I always feel really awkward whenever I'm on the phone in general. So, but my sister says that I sound both like Jaden Animations and, I think you said Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. So other than that, I don't know where else you'd hear my voice, unless you heard somebody that just sounded like me. I still can't read that. Stop trying to make me say other languages. I barely read it. Hello. You know, one thing that I find really hard to draw whenever it comes to Tawny is like how I chose to draw her hair. I've considered streaming on Twitch, but I haven't the slightest idea how to work that. And I've tried like Streamlabs, but again, I have no idea how to get that to work. And like it says the best way to get it to like work and to edit everything or like mess with the settings is to use a computer. I have a computer, but like somehow Windows software ended up getting uninstalled from it. I still don't know how that ended up happening, but like I have a mini laptop, but I can't use it yet. Like it's $100 to get Windows reinstalled in it, so I keep trying to save up money to like just have an extra $100 that I'm not hurting for, so I can get that to work. So currently it's just in my closet gathering dust. I live in America. I don't know why anybody would think I'm British, though. I don't sound British, do I? And before anybody tries to ask, no, I'm not doing an accent on a live stream. Maybe when I'm alone and I'm recording alone, but no, I'm too awkward to do that on a live stream. Oh! I just cracked my neck and now it hurts. Why do you want me to say burger? Okay, now I'm really craving a hamburger. Thanks a lot. Though honestly, I really do need a lot more red meat in my diet. That's probably why I sleep so much. Look at my little teddy bear girl, isn't she cute? Her little fangy fangs. You know, fun fact, I used to really hate drawing teeth. Like, I liked the way they, like, the little fangs would look, but I always hated drawing them because I could never get them to look right. But now that I've gotten used to it, it's one of my favorite features to draw, especially Connie's little bottom fangs. Oof. I am 24 years old. Mentally, I'm still not an adult. I'm still mentally a child. Ah, thank you so much. I try my hardest to draw. Though compared to my speed paints, it feels a little awkward to, like, kind of show off the whole drawing process. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to draw my wolf boys. Guys, I just want to draw something really cute again. I'll probably ink the drawing of Tawny later, but I got the sudden urge to draw my gay wolves. Yes, they are the absolute best wolf husbands. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to ask anything about, like, my Dear Fellow Traveler series, I don't mind answering. I usually have, I usually try to collect all the ask posts that I do on Tumblr, but I have no idea where to post that other than my Patreon, but I haven't even done that. So, like, after this, I'll make a public post on Patreon so you guys can look that up. Well, firstly, and if Dear Fellow Travelers, like any of them, if they went to, like, the hell version, that has been hotel version of hell, I think Well, I think Blue's biggest sin is the multiple murders he's committed, technically. Like, he's lived for 300 years. He's technically killed a lot of people to be able to live that long. Though his first murder was his mother, and then he kind of cannibalized her. So that would be his sin. I think Tawny's biggest sin would obviously be sloth because of how lazy she is. But, though when it comes to sloth, it usually means that they were too slothful to stop something that could have been prevented, like if they overheard that somebody was going to kill someone else or etc. The act of not doing anything in a crucial moment is like just as much as a sin as if you were committing it yourself. Uh, Again, Harley's would be like both cannibalism and murder because like I don't remember if it's like canon to Has Been Hotel, but it has been said by VisiPop that Alistair is was a Wendigo. I don't know if she changed that, but I mean it fits. And I'm guessing that Jesse's would be adultery. I mean, he did leave his fiancée to be with Blue, so there's that. I've really got to make Has Been Hotel designs for my dear fellow travelers. And it has been a really long time since I've done a cross this and that video. Though I do have another character redesign video in the works. I'm going to be redesigning a really old OC that actually me and my sister talked about because of a surprise commission. Yes, Tawny and Charlie would be besties. Now that I'm imagining that, I really want to draw that, but I'm in the middle of drawing my gay wolves, so like if I forget to draw that after I'm done drawing them, somebody remind me. I chose the wrong drink to go to stream with because, like, I have some cold soda right next to me, but my mouth is still dry as heck and it's just getting stickier. Word to the wise, if you're ever going to stream, bring water, not soda or any other kind of sugary drink. Okay, note to self, draw a fan kid of Charlie and Tawny, and open another fan kid ask thing. Okay, turning off the notifications from my phone, because I forgot to do that before stream. By the way, fun fact, I got, like, what I used to record is actually, like a streaming headset, not a wireless kind, but a pretty good kind. I think it does pretty well with, like, recording my voice and making it a bit clear. Obviously, I can't hear that right now as I'm talking, but usually when I listen to recordings, it works. Yes, I know I need water. Don't start with me. See, this is why you should accompany me. This is why you should accompany me on my stream, sissy. You know what I should do, and I usually know too, but I forget as soon as I start. Like 10 minutes before the stream even started, I was trying to figure out how to get it to work again. Took me 3 minutes and an extra minute into the stream to get everything to work. Like, it's been so long, I forgot everything. It actually takes a while to, like, bring out new Dear Fellow Traveler stories because of everything else I have to do. Like, I still really love Eddsworld, so I keep trying to, like, finish some Eddsworld stories that I've had in the making for more than a year now. I'm not even joking with that. I have, like, 5 stories that have been at least 2 years old. And honestly, I have a lot more Eddsworld fans, so I get a lot more feedback on, like, how well I'm doing with writing when it comes to the Eddsworld stuff. Oh, by the way, like, out of all the characters in Dear Fellow Traveler, I like doing different hairstyles with Blue the most. So far, out of what you've seen, what's your favorite hairstyle for him? So far, I've seen that everybody really likes it when I draw him with a man bun. And I kind of agree, he looks good with it. Another fun fact, Blue actually used to be the character that I had the hardest time drawing out of all the Dear Fellow Traveler characters. And now he's one of my favorite to draw. Like, I love drawing Tawny, but I love drawing my very pretty wolf man. Harley doesn't really share much about his, like, his life before he started traveling. They do know that he has, like, an older brother, a younger sister, and a mom and a dad. But he doesn't really like going into details about them because it just makes him miss them more. The only one who really overshares is Tawny. She she spent so much time being with her family all the time that when she's finally alone and then she finally has somebody to talk to again, she becomes a big chatterbox. So like some of the first things out of her mouth were pretty much oversharing about like everything that happened. But the other travelers, like, they try not to overshare at first because they don't know how long they're going to be together, so they don't want to, like, burden each other with too much information. Yes, Blue is a monster uncle. Blue and Jess, they are wolf uncles. They're wolf husbands, wolf uncles, but not wolf dads. At least not yet. The fun fact, Blue did actually have a daughter like some 100 years ago. Not biological. Kid he literally picked up after being abandoned. I will definitely write a story about her like at a later date. I have a drawing of her up on my Patreon, and I do plan to do a short meme video of both her and Blue, like, sometime probably next month. Like, if I don't, like, forget, because a lot of the times the reason why videos that I originally had planned are later because I completely forgot that I was going to do them. Like, I was actually going to do the doctor meme for Valentine's Day, but then I ended up doing the one of Blue and Jess, which I think was a good idea since, like, I've already done the doctor meme. At this point, it's just going to be a remake. Yeah. Tawny is, like, she's the type to accidentally become too comfortable with someone. Like, in her story, it made it sound like she was a guarded person or, like, she didn't talk to anyone in high school. But she was actually a box. Hi, welcome to the stream. But, like, Tawny was actually well-liked because of how chattery she was. She just wasn't, like, super involved in what other teens did because she was so busy, like, working with her family and doing chores around the house. So now that she's finally free to do whatever she wants, what she really wants is to, like, not go home yet, and because of her whole oversharing thing, all three of the others kind of just feel, like, really guilty if they leave her alone. And because, like, she's so new to the whole supernatural thing, they probably feel like they can't leave her alone. Yes, you definitely need to start making a schedule keeper for me, because, like, on, like, timing and, or I actually had it scheduled, completely forgot about it. Oh, also, if, like, any of you didn't know, my sister is, like, Demon Wolf, who keeps popping up in the chat. And so far, she helps me with, she helps me with coloring the panels and everything whenever I do a video so I can get them out faster. She tried helping me with audio editing at some point, but, like, that's just confusing for both of us on that side, so, like, I just keep doing the audio editing myself. Whenever I see another creator talk about, like, all the people they have helping them, I'm actually surprised at, like, how big some of the groups are. like, obviously with somebody who does, like, complete animations like Jaden Animations or Odd Ones Out, obviously they have a lot more help than just themselves. But it's still kind of a bit mind-boggling. Oh, great. I actually have a few technical stalkers. One of them is actually, like, Morbid Mushroom. She's been with me since, like, a while, but she's one of my little monster spawns. I love her. Don't you hate me? You know it's true. And yes, I know that it's because everybody else has money. You don't have to rub it in that I'm not monetized, okay? You're hurting my feelings. Not really, I'm just being a wuss. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. You're just spawned one day, and now I am stuck with you, and I cannot get rid of you. But that's okay. That's kind of how it is for a lot of them that decide. A lot of my little monsters who decide to stick with me even after I stop doing Eddsworld stuff. Which probably will never happen because, like, Eddsworld is just too much fun. Though odds are if I do get, like, one of those really crazy stalkers that a few Eddsworld artists, like, actually had. Like, I don't mean the artists that helped work on Eddsworld, but I mean, like, the ones who drew Eddsworld stuff in general. I'm not going to say that just the Eddsworld fandom is crazy, because honestly, all fandoms are crazy, but yeah. Though, honestly, I think the closest thing I've had to, like, an actual stalker is this weird person from Pixiv, or Pivix, or however you pronounce it. Like, I had only been posting art on there for about a week, and suddenly this person, like, comments on all my posts saying, I think it was unskillfully. I think they were using Google Translate from Japanese. And they got really mad when I started deleting that comment from everything but the first one. And then they just went back to try and post all of it and then tried to, like, call me out on something. I had to block them. I've had to block people before because, like, some people are a bit crazy. Like, if you have enough time to, like, ask someone why they're drawing the wrong thing, or, like, what you perceive them to be drawing the wrong thing, why the heck are you, like, looking at their content? Anybody who's with me on Amino, like, when I first posted my doctor meme, will definitely know what I'm talking about. Both the comment section on the doctor meme for the one posted on YouTube, the one on like, Instagram, there are a lot of comments asking me to, like, literally take down the video and change it into Tom Tord. Like, it took me an entire week to draw that thing. And I still get comments like that, like, on my peppermint meme, I got a few comments like that, so I tried putting up a post, like, asking people not to comment like asking for Tom Tord stuff. And then another person took that the wrong way, saying, like, I can't ignore that Tom Tord doesn't exist. And, like, I know it exists. But I don't need somebody telling me that I need to draw that instead of my own ships, you know? So, weirdly enough, it's only Tom Tord that gets that. Like, I don't get anybody telling me to draw Ed and Matt and stuff like that. Yes, I know that I don't have to, like, completely worry about stalkers because I have my sister protecting me. And also like, I listen to a lot of, like, scary true stories. Some are about stalkers. And the first thing that comes to mind is, like, if I were to tell anybody, like, anybody in my family, that stalker would stop, like, ASAP. Oh, by the way, Rad, if you want to commission me, I actually do, like, Tapas ink commissions. Like, on Tapas, you can earn ink, like, doing different things, like watching apps or, like, playing games and stuff. And I'll do a simple commission on that. Like, Morbid Mushroom and a few others have actually commissioned me using Tapas ink. Like, unlike Amino coins or, like, other in-game currency, it actually does transfer to real money to help support the artists and stuff. So if, like, anybody here doesn't have a job or, like can't commission on PayPal, you can always commission with Tapas ink. I'm a multi-shipper too. Like, I ship almost everything. Like, if you go on to my Tumblr or if you go on, like, anywhere I've answered asks before, I know you used to do that on Amino. I don't do it a lot now, but so, like, I have a lot of posts on, like, multi-ships, like, and it's not just Eddsworld, not, like, the main 4 Eddsworld characters or, like, the neighbors and all that. If you follow me on anywhere, you'll know that I love checking out, like, I love including background characters too. I absolutely love it because I think it's really fun. Yeah, so I got, like, it's not even a tree of ships, it's, at this point, it's a big web. Like, if I were to do the whole, yeah, I really like Mike and Veronica too. I wish I drew them more. But I have a lot of stuff I wish I drew more. Like, for instance, Robbie and Adelaide, I have it in drafts, where I have the whole story of how they meet at first, like the story that's kind of, like, not really shown in the music video I did of Robbie, but, like, if I were to do a sequel of that, I would definitely show it. Fun fact, like, I don't know how many of you read the comment to that, like the pinned comment to the video I did with Robbie. But, like, that story was actually supposed to take place at a college, not like a English work. In that video, it was actually supposed to take place in a high school party, but end on a college party to kind of show, like, that time had passed. But I realized really quickly as I was designing, like, trying to design high school designs for them, is that if I did, absolutely no one would be able to recognize them. Yeah, I saw your request in chat to draw Paul and Izzy. But, I'm drawing my wolves right. So this is why I try to take requests beforehand, because, like, if I don't, I'll just end up drawing my own stuff, and then I'll get so wrapped up in drawing my own stuff, I won't be drawing the requests. Like, ask Morbid Mushroom, that happens a lot. Like, in general, I'll ask for requests on Tumblr or Instagram, and then I'll end up drawing something completely different. I can't even count how many requests I still have to do, but I don't want to do because I'm procrastinating. Oh, shut up. I didn't actually mean to answer that. You hush. Oh, by the way, my sister had, she had a strong reaction when I had her help me color, Mike for the Mamma Mia meme. Try saying that 10 times fast. Like, aw, thank you so much. Lynn, you're so sweet. Oh, don't worry, you're not stressing me out. I'm just very exaggerative. Is that a word? Yeah, one of the reasons why, my art always ends up so smooth is because I'm a perfectionist. I actually had a conversation with Ugly Khakis the other day, if you know who they are. He has a really messy, not super messy, but a kind of messy art style that just works for him. And I'm always jealous of that because it always looks so good and natural. I make a lot of new words. If you've heard me talk before or read any of my indecisive word vomit. Shut up! I can pronounce. I can't pronounce. I can't say the word now. Thanks a lot. But I make up a lot of words. Just as before it looked too small and now it looks too big. Why does that keep happening? That always happens. I always try to resize something and somehow it looks too small at first, but then I end up making it too big. Actually, the conversation I had with Ugly Cactus is that we kind of came to the conclusion that, you become so used to how your art style looks, is that, when you see somebody that art style form, you're kind of jealous of them, because it's so much different than what you're used to, what you're used to your hands making. And, it's just kind of interesting to see the different perspectives on that. I love that a lot of people say that my art looks really I'm not going to change that anytime soon. Because of how much I want it to be perfect, it takes forever to do something, or at least it feels like it. And then once I'm done with it, I don't, I still love it, but, I'm kind of reluctant to do that again. I don't know if my parents have ever thrown something I've drawn for them away. I know my mom's doesn't hang up didn't hang up everything I gave her. But I do know that she at least put it in a drawer. But that drawer is probably destroyed at this point because we moved around a lot. I know my dad's definitely kept a lot of stuff that I've drawn for him. Like, I once got a painting kit, like, not like one of those really cheap watercolor kits for my birthday once. And, like, he gave me a big thing to paint on. He still has that. It's a little polar bear. I do not have a picture of it, so you... Oh, bye-bye, rat. By the way, I am going to start streaming more now that, like, I have a better internet connection. The reason why I wasn't streaming a lot before is because, like, suddenly my little sister isn't going anywhere anymore. And, like, she can be a bit loud sometimes, but, like, she's usually out in the living room during the day. And, obviously, not a lot of you are a lot during the night. Are awake during the night. So, like, now that I have a better internet connection, I can definitely stream a lot more. Which is good for me because I get very lonely. My cat doesn't love me, so I get lonely a lot. What's Penny's sexuality? I know I wrote it somewhere. I don't know if I posted it to Tumblr anywhere. But, I think I remember her being demisexual. Like, if I recall, demisexual means that, like, you're only attracted to somebody you've known, like, a long time or you know really well. So, though that doesn't really mean that she's in love with AK or Toby. She's just kind of an obsessive big sister towards Toby, and, like, AK's just been her big brother figure for, like, her entire life. As though, there's this one kid, her name's Amy, and she really likes drawing my next gen characters, and she ships Penny with her next gen character OC, who's Patrick's daughter. So I don't mind that. I just realized I can't find my pen. I just set it down. Where'd it go? I hate doing that. My bed is such a mess. I just cleaned it. Where did it go? Found it. I found my pen. I literally have a lanyard to put this thing on, but I keep forgetting that it's around my neck. Yeah, Amy isn't, she's not on Tumblr. She's on Instagram and Amino. She one day found some art that was taken from my Amino and posted to Pinterest. And, that's kind of how she found me because, again, somebody on Pinterest decided it was a good idea to crop out my tag. And so she just kind of does her own thing with the next gen characters, which I don't really mind because I knew this would happen at some point. I just figured it would happen after honestly, I'm never going to leave the Eddsworld fandom, but, you know, I can't really do anything about that because she's just a kid. But, yeah, that happened. Also, my favorite OC is Tawny so far. Yeah, I feel that, Lynn. I have a very spoiled kitten right now. Like, I still call her a kitten, but she's been pregnant twice. I just realized I put my pen down again. I lost it again. Nope, I found it. I'm going to start drawing now. Before I put it down and forget where I put it again. I'm going to actually start drawing Paul and Izzy. So, fun fact about Izzy, like, she is a very obscure character from, like all of them, she's from the background. Before anybody says anything, I do know that Paul has a wife, but, like, I never looked up a picture of her. But, she's actually from, like, the second part of the end during the grocery store scene. And, like, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know that Paul, like, the real Paul's wife was blonde. But for some reason, I didn't have a lot of blonde characters from the background moms, so I searched the background from, I only searched the end for some reason, but, I just really wanted her to be a blonde character. So, that's how I ended up with Izzy. Oh, jeez. I don't have a lot of stories on how I found a lot of the background characters, but that's just kind of how it happened. Honestly, I don't mind, I don't really mind if people incorporate new characters to, like, next gen or anything. Because, obviously, I'm not the first person to come up with an Eddsworld next gen. I've gotten a lot of comments about that, when I said I created a next gen, they kind of assume that means that I created, like, next gen and Eddsworld in general, which obviously isn't the case. It's been around. This is a fandom that's been around for a while. You've all seen the fan kids. It's been around for a while. But, in general, I think I'm one of the first few to actually incorporate the background characters into a next gen. I know a few people have, brought in Hellcard and, Laurel and everything, but not to the extent that I have, because I'm just very obsessive about it. Which I'm kind of proud of. At least I'm known for something in this fandom, even if it's, not a well-known thing, but it's my thing. I'm starting to spit while I talk. I'm glad I don't have this on camera, because, when I talk too much, I literally foam at the mouth. Hi, Ray! Hey, everybody, it's my buddy Ray. I talk to her a lot. She's a sweetheart. I'm calling you out. I'm a brat. On the topic of next gen, if you guys want to ask anything about them, I don't mind. No, my pen is not running away. Shut up. I've actually bought 3 other pens of the stylist I use. I always forget about it. They're within arm's reach, but then as soon as I lose, I've been using the same one ever since I got it. I have not completely lost it yet. But I keep forgetting that they're, literally in arm's reach. Quick fun fact before I forget, because I suddenly remembered it. Apparently, the real Christopher Bing is, like, he actually has a sister named Jenny. Like, any of you know that, like, I have a background character or like fan canon named Jenny, and like it was a fun thing between me and another artist where Jenny was like Bing's younger sister. That was a weird surprise, actually. It was not weird. The stylus works better than that weird pen that you use that you have to charge. Who the hell has to charge a pen? Why is that a thing? And like that's a fun coincidence. Two completely unrelated topics ended up being extremely relatable. That's weird. Like, it's really weird how that happens. I've been called out on a lot of stuff, but I'm honestly surprised that, like, when the whole Bing and Jenny thing came up, like, in the comments section, I'm surprised that nobody's tried to call me out on that. Because I've been like, people have tried to comment me out on quite a few things. No, we do not need a top 10 thing, so shut it. We do not need a top 10 rage moments. I have too many rage moments. I don't want somebody else put that together. I don't want to put it together. Oh, I didn't know that Bing's sister actually voiced Matilda. I only knew that, like, Ed's sister, Vanessa, or Vicky, her name's Vicky. She's the one that voiced Elle. Yeah, I remember that too. You went into, like, rage mode. Honestly, when I read the whole Ed's World Anonymous thing, when you went into rage mode, I was like, this is someone I know. This is either Morbid Mushroom or somebody else. Like, I know who this is, but it's too early in the morning to try and ask. I know you were tired. Thank you for trying to defend me, but, like, you turned into an angry chihuahua. Yeah, I really like Ed and Matt and Amanda. They're one of my favorite ships. I don't draw them enough. Though, like, another artist friend that I have who, like, I ended up sucking them into the whole background character thing. And, like, she ships, I think it's a she. I don't know people. I don't pay attention. But, like, they really like, shipping Ed and Matt. So, like, one of the sub ships that they really like is Amanda and Dewey. I'm not stopping drawing them, I'm just stopping that sketch because, like, it was getting to the point where I didn't want to draw it anymore. I'm just gonna doodle. I'm gonna doodle them. I'm not stopping the request, I'm just rehashing it, redoing it, whatever. A lot of things like that I don't really show on a lot of my speed paints is how many times I actually redo something. Like, when I was doing my Dear Fellow Traveler thing, I actually had to, like, I tried drawing blue, like, 2 separate times and then tawny, like, 3 separate times. And like none of them looked good, so I ended up just flat out deleting them, which honestly, looking back on, was a bad idea because I could have just used that as reference on what I didn't want to do again. So, like, that video took so long to do because I was already drawing 3 characters, like, and completely shading them and everything. So, like, just deleting those, like, doing, luckily I didn't get to the point where I was coloring them, but shut up, Lynn. I'm going to talk. You guys got me talking. I'm going to talk. You want to listen to jazz music? Look it up yourself. I'm getting dry mouth. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Lane was sad that you left. I was sad too, cause like I was like, what happened? Did you get grounded? Where did you go? Mushroom, you made me worry. When it comes to the internet, it's actually really hard not to worry about someone when they leave. Like, when somebody stops like somebody just suddenly stops talking to you on the internet, it's hard not to worry. Like, because you don't know what's happening. It's like, if it's somebody next door, you know exactly what happened, but the internet is both a blessing, a curse, and just a big fuck nugget. You know, I can only imagine how hard it was to, like, back when people were sending letters, because, like, it already took months, like, probably, like, months or weeks. I don't like lizards. My mom likes lizards. I don't like them. They're fun to look at, I just don't want to touch them. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. I forgot what I was talking about. I had a point. I know I had a point, but now I can't remember. My pen is dirty. The little tip of my pen is all dirty. I'm just narrating what's happening. Yes, I got that surprise. I was like, oh good, she's alive. It's okay. I'll rewatch this stream and then bring it up on a different stream because I'll hopefully remember it by the time I stream again. How about I say stream 5 more times? I don't think I've said it enough times. I'm not actually going to do that. I don't talk about Paul and Izzy enough, but like I remember that I really liked their dynamic on how I'm drawing Paul and Izzy. But I really like the dynamic that I originally had for them where like I really like the whole like I keep saying but for me, Paul has always been, like, he's slightly stoic, but then he does that weird funny thing because he's, like, he's a bit absent-minded if you haven't noticed. That's just kind of how his character is portrayed. And I kind of like the idea of, like, this slightly stoic, somewhat goofy guy having a really perky wife who, like, she instantly knows what's going on, but that instead of getting, like, mad about it or suspicious about it, she just gets a big Cheshire grin like, I know something you probably don't want me to know. And I just really like that dynamic. Though how they ended up with a daughter like Penny, like, I love Penny, but when I compare her to both of her parents, She is so freaking moody. Yeah, my cat's outside the window, like, just staring at me. Yeah, I can draw the feral fam. I really want to draw them. I should draw them. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like, me and Ray really ship Harley and her character Diana, who is a tree nymph. And they've got like, in an AU, they've got a super adorable daughter named Fawn, who is, like, Fawn is half Wendigo and half tree nymph. And that's just a really interesting dynamic. And yes, Penny is very moody. Like, Penny loves her dad. She does. But she also finds him to be, like, he's that embarrassing dad. Like, everybody else loves him, but the kid who is fathered by said embarrassing dad is always really embarrassed of him. Like, she knows he doesn't do it on purpose. But she can't help but find him a little bit embarrassing with how absent-minded he can be sometimes. Because Paul, like, and every time Paul appears on the screen, he gets distracted so easily. Like, Ed literally stole a tank from him by pointing up. That's literally all he did to distract him. Yeah, I guess Paul can seem a bit moody sometimes. I don't know, I just like him being that goofy dad rather than that moody, brooding dude. Like, there's so many different ways that Paul and Patrick are portrayed. A lot of times Paul is portrayed as the goofy one, while Patrick is the stoic one. Or, like, they're both goofy and they just seem different on the outside. Yeah, I think Patrick would be kind of the panicky dad. Like, one way that I've always liked the way Patrick can be betrayed is, like, he's kind of, like, not two-faced in a bad way, but, like, he knows how to show himself as something different than what he actually is. I know that's still being two-faced. I just think that sounds a bit too harsh, but, like, but I think he would be the panicky dad, because, like, in my next gen AU, or, like, at least now, him and Jenny have a pair of twins. One is super energetic, the other just kind of hides behind his mom's skirt. So I think he would be kind of panicking a lot because, their daughter Primrose is the energetic one, while their son Julius is the one that hides a lot. So I think Prim would, like, cause Patrick to panic a lot. Which I think is kind of funny to think about. Like, he already has, like, a gaggle of teenagers to watch, and now he has 2 toddlers to take care of. Quick wish. Honestly, a lot of the parents would go to the school to confront the principal if, like, any of their kids were being bullied. Like, because Ethan's been teased a lot for the fact that he's kind of, like, he's pudgy, he's adorable, but it's literally a school run by the military, so I think he'd get teased a lot for that. And believe you me, if he were to ever tell his mom, because he kind of keeps it a bit of a secret because he knows what his mom will do, Roxy will storm the school and rip everyone a new one. I think she's the most scary out of all of them. Yes, in my AU, Patrick Patrick's more of a foster father. He hasn't officially or formally adopted AK, but like, if you've been in the fandom for a while, or if you've seen some of the old art by, like, I think one handle of theirs was Trash Panda, but I know that Patrick and Paul adopted Baby Tord, which I find I kind of like it, but I also kind of find it weird, but I've also seen a lot of AUs like that, so I'm kind of torn on that. And, like, I really love the idea of, like, AK just kind of being adopted into, like, the army, because they don't know what else to do with him. Like, I know the logical thing to do would to be, like, sending him to an orphanage, but when have any of them ever been logical? Like, they're logical in the most random of moments. I highly doubt they would be very logical with a kid they literally just picked up. But I think, like, in general, I think Patrick would be a good dad. Like, I don't think know really what to do with AK. Like, he doesn't have any experience with kids, so he's just kind of trying to do his best and everything. Because he knows AK just, like, he depends on him. So he doesn't really have much of a choice other than to do his best to try and help out this kid that they picked up during a zombie apocalypse. That was a lot of word vomit. I'm sorry. Yeah, oh, I love that AU too. I really love Pei. Like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Pei's full name is Sharpay. Like, in that AU. I'm, like, when I was really new to the fandom, like, I had no idea what they were talking about Patrick having a twin. Like, it was such a popular thing when I first joined, and I saw so much art of it when I was looking up art. And, like, I didn't know if that was, like, a hidden joke or something, and then, like, I find posts from the Abandoned blog, and then it made sense. I think one person made a joke that his Sharpay, I don't know, I've seen both, like, Payson and, like, Sharpay and everything. Because, like, now that I've done my research on it, like, the fact that Pay is even a thing was, like, completely due to, like, something really random. I just ended up just, like, solely drawing Izzy. Oh, I love Tim too. Tim too. Like, when I first joined the fandom, Prince of Mints, or, like, Zach still had, like, all of his art on his main blog. Then he started deleting it, and I was like, oh no, I forgot to, like, that was one of the reasons I opened, like, the blog where I just reblog all the Eddsworld art I can find. I come to find out that I actually made an archive blog for all of his art, so I just ended up reblogging all the art from that blog, bang. But that was a fun surprise. Quick before I forget, like, who's one of your, like, besides me, who's one of your favorite Eddsworld artists? Like, some of the ones that have been, like, pretty well known through the fandom. Like, they don't have to be active or anything. I'm just curious. I know that there were quite a few, and like some of them even helped out the Eddsworld gang, which in general I find like, as somebody who grew up watching like the whole behind the scenes things on Nickelodeon, that still kind of mind boggles me, like how somebody can create something and then like completely, like, artists who can still be seen as amateurs, like, can help them out with their whole stuff. I still find that really cool. Oh, how long has this stream been going on? My throat is killing me. I'm dying. I'm choking on my soda. Okay. Fun fact, I'm recording all of this while on top of a bunk bed. And when my sister was over here visiting, she tried to climb up on the bunk bed with me and nearly fell off. So if I have a coughing fit like that, 9 times out of 10, I might end up actually falling off this thing. Still coughing. I'm okay. I'm not dying. Not yet. My mom just peeked into my room to see who I was talking to, and I hate how awkward that feels. Oh, God. See, this is why I want to do video calls, so at least my mother can hear other voices other than just me. Because it is extremely awkward to be talking and then, like, seeming to talk to yourself. This is why I record at night, not just because my family can be a bit noisy, but so I don't have that awkward feeling of somebody staring at me while I talk. We do talk about that. You almost fell off of the bunk bed. We're talking about that. That's a thing now. Everybody knows it. Everybody on the stream knows what you did. Oh, no, I've been walked in on a lot whenever I'm recording at night. Like, she's not my actual grandma, but we just call her that. When she was staying with us, Night Owl too. So she walked in on me a lot whenever I was recording, and I always had that surprise Pikachu face. I will always end up doing a whole surprise Pikachu thing if somebody walks in on me while I'm recording. Feels so weird. Ray, don't go. Don't leave those. I don't have a sign that says recording in progress. I keep looking for that sign whenever I go to, you know those shops that just sell, slightly weird stuff? I always look for, signs like that, because you'd think that would be a big thing that they would sell at, Hot Topic or something. Because, almost everybody and their grandma streams. I'm not even kidding about the whole grandma thing. Literally, almost everybody nowadays and their grandma literally streams. So So, like, why is that not a thing that's being sold commercially yet? I love Hot Topic too. Like, yeah, the first time my mom and brother took me to Hot Topic is like, instead of just buying us presents now because of how much older me and my brother are, my mom just gives us money and takes us to stores. Yes, I know it's an emo place, hush. But like, the first time she took me there, I was in love with it, but it had been like the third store in the mall that she took us to. And she, like, after she saw how me and my brother reacted, she was like, I should have just taken you guys here in the first place. So now every time I go to the mall, I visit Hot Topic. I can visit the mall now because it's open, but oh, it's so weird. Hi, Rainbow. But like, I went to the mall the other day and it is so freaking empty. It's like, ever since COVID started, everything is so spooky now. Like, everything's so empty that it's so freaking spooky. Like, hey, you guys, you know how when COVID started and, like, food was literally flying off the shelves? Like, for a while, the ramen aisle and, like, any canned food aisle that we went to would always be so freaking empty that I just got used to how it looked. So then when we finally had food on the shelves again, it was so weird to watch. Like, it was so weird to look at because, like, for a while, it was looking like the apocalypse outside. And by the way, I am drawing Paul and Izzy from my next generation, my Eddsworld Next Gen thing, AU. Yeah, I know, right? As soon as COVID started, like, I listened to a lot of r/entitled people stories. There's so many freaking stories of, like, entitled people just decking employees for telling them that they can't take more toilet paper. Fun fact, when this started, before it got pretty bad and it was lockdown, I tried ordering, like one of those giant rolls of toilet paper, you know, that like you see at public restrooms, like the really big ones. I tried ordering one of like 3 of those online. Yes, my ships have invaded your minds. That's good. That's what I've been aiming for. But like, I ordered 3 rolls of those giant toilet paper. Guess what? They never came. I spent $30 altogether on them, and they never came. I think somebody literally stole them from me. Like, they were so big, they were going to be, like, left on the doorstep and everything. I think somebody just straight up jacked my toilet paper. Have you guys ever gotten, like, a package stolen from you? Like, a package that was delivered to your house, but, like, somehow it, like, even though they said that they rang the doorbell, you didn't hear it? I think I've only had that happen once, and that it was the toilet paper. Oh, fun fact, I do not draw Izzy, like, accurately to, like, the character sprite that I chose from the background. Just a little FYI. Actually, like, I was in the Rise of the Guardians fandom, like, 8 years ago. And like I kind of like I'm kind of tempted to touch on that again because it was a really fun fandom. Like it was one of the first fandoms that I got really into, and luckily it didn't end up being toxic at all, at least on my end. So I had really fun with it while I was in it. Me and my sister made like really cringy OCs and everything. Hi, Shadow. So yeah, that was fun. For being intimidated, I'm kind of intimidated to be in like the Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss fandoms. I know I kind of draw art about it, but not a lot of it. But because of the whole stigma that ended up happening, like, do you call it stigma? But like the whole thing that ended up happening with that, like the very moment I tried reblogging any related art to that, people were like cramming into my ask box. Like people were cramming their asks into my Tumblr inbox, asking me if I knew what VivziePop did or if I knew what I was doing or what I was getting into, and I was like, nope, I'm out, dipping right out of this. I do not want to deal with that. Like, I know things have calmed down, but now I'm just slightly traumatized. I want to make art for it. Like, it's really fun to make designs for that. Huh? VivziePop actually didn't really do anything. Like she did do a few slightly weird things just because, like, when she was younger, she made some weird art, but she wasn't trying to imply anything with any of it. It was mostly just other people, the whole cancel culture thing. It's, it's similar to what happened, like, you guys know what happened during the Eddsworld fandom with, the real life Paul and Pat. It was, like, she didn't do anything like that, but, people were jumping on other people who, were still drawing, Paul and Pat art and stuff like that. Once people catch on to something, they kind of just keep going on it. So it wasn't really anything that Vivzie did directly. It was just how her content was, what she was trying to touch upon, and people were trying to just dig up anything they could to try and get her canceled and everything. It was just a whole stink. But I got an earlier question on how Paul and Izzy met. And the way Paul and Izzy met was actually through a dating app. Paul was feeling kind of lonely while they were in town, so he decided to try and do the Izzy who he'd been talking to for a while. So they end up meeting up, and funny thing is, Paul shaved for the meetup, and Izzy she actually ended up laughing because of how weird he looked, cleanly shaved for once, because all the pictures he had posted on his profile were him with fuzzy face. But, after that, the whole her giggling thing kind of broke the ice, so, he was able to easily talk to her, and, they just ended up starting dating. It was kind of a long-distance relationship for a while, because, Paul was still, traveling around with Tord and everything, so he didn't have a lot of chances to meet up with her. But he still really liked talking to her. And eventually they ended up getting married once he decided to settle down a bit. And not too long after, they ended up having Penny. On that note, have you guys noticed, out of all the characters in Eddsworld who have, had slight hairstyle changes, Paul has had the most out of everyone. Like, I don't know if it's that people just couldn't agree on just how scruffy to make him or anything, but I just find it kind of funny. Like, when the real Paul was animating, he actually made everything look kind of like his hair was a lot more brushed and smooth, while like during the second part of the end, his hair was all messy. I just kind of find that funny. Like, that's just a funny little thing. Drew way too much facial hair and now he looks like Ed. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm actually cracking my neck a bit. I can hear it. Yep, shaggy puppers. Though shag means something else in England. So, I didn't know that. Somebody else posted about that. I don't really have anything new planned for next generations. Like, when I was first getting into it, I wanted to, like, what I'm doing for Dear Fellow Traveler is making different videos to kind of, like, show what's happening in the story. I wanted to do that with Next Generations. That just didn't end up happening. Like, I can't really say that something made me, like, want to be less involved with Ed's World. It was, at the time when I was first getting into it, because of Ed's World, I ended up, like, skyrocketing in popularity compared to, like, all the other fandoms I've been a part of. So, it was more like I was intimidated by it and, like, was afraid to put out something and then get a lot of big hate for. I still kind of ended up getting that when I was posting my that I kind of just expected that. Hold on, I gotta let my stinky kitten inside. And I'm back. I lost my pen again! I just got up. Where did I put it? I found it. It was under my pillow. How did it get under my pillow? Yeah, I get that a lot. It is obvious that it's not Tom, but people still end up clicking on it thinking that it's Tom Tord for some reason. And they never fail to tell me that they thought it was going to be a Tom Tord meme. Also, my sister, like, her OC for Ed's World, or like her persona for Ed's World, she ships it with more characters than I do. I don't really know, like, I've watched Powerpuff Girls in the past, and I know that there are a lot of people who do, like, a lot of really good art for it, but I don't know how to, like, I don't really know how to give any advice for a whole Powerpuff Girl next gen. The most I can suggest, like, the usual route of shipping, like, the Powerpuff Girls with the Rowdy Rough Boy. Just do what I did, look in the background for, like, either reoccurring characters or background characters that you just like the design of. That's the only advice I can really give. Oh, my knee popped. Ugh. What should I draw next? Somebody just sent me a photo on Instagram. I'm going to draw a kitty cat now. No, no, not you. Not you. Get down. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Get off. Sorry, my cat tried to crawl onto my setup. I think I got an ask about who my favorite has-been hotel ship is, and I can't give a firm answer about that. There's so many freaking ships that are so much fun. Yeah, I do like the Animaniacs. No, bad kitty! Stop it! My cat just knocked over some stuff. I don't want to get up to pick it up, but now she's staring at me like I'm yelling at her for no reason. Just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you can get away with things. The only reason you can get away with things at this moment is because I'm literally trapped under my setup. I forgot what I was going to draw. I'm going to draw my has-been hotel ship. Like I said, there are a lot of has-been hotel ships, but I guess my favorite off the top of my head is Alistair and the little sheep demon from the comic. I call her Bo Peep, but a lot of other people call her a lot of other things. I was mainly Chalister for a while because I really liked the fan kid designs, but but yeah, it was a cute ship. But like if I was not scared to be in the has-been hotel, the whole has-been hotel thing, one ship that I would have clung onto like immediately is Alistair, and I call her Bo Peep, but she doesn't actually have a canon name in like the fandom yet, at least I don't think. And she's the cute little sheep demon from the prequel comic. Yeah, I know, right? Like, what the heck did she do to get, like, sent to hell? She is too cute. But considering that she was, like, the first time we see her, she's entering a butcher shop, I can probably guess that she is a cannibal. Like, the place the butcher shop is located is the cannibal colonies, which is where Alistair is the most welcomed out of everywhere else. So, if I had to give a little guess, which honestly I find fun. I love it when like super adorable characters are like they have that hidden scary side. I love that. I have no idea how to draw Alistair. I've tried to draw him before. I don't know how to draw him. Why did I do this? My Sona could be in hell for a huge number of reasons, which I will not disclose on here, because, like, they're all valid to something that I have done in real life, but I'm not confirming or anything. Like, I'm not going to confirm anything I've done. It can still be used against me in a court of law. something else. I can't. The idea of drawing Alistair, I can't draw him. I'm going to go back to doing Tawny. My Sona is not very tall. That's all I'm going to say because I'm not very good at keeping track of heights, okay? That's my biggest hubris. Did I use that word correctly? I know it's a word. Sissy, did I use that word correctly? I can't remember. My Sona is a skinwalker, so in general, she can be pretty tall. Oh, again, before I forget, because I've said that multiple times, because I forget things really easily. I actually do plan to, like, one of these days do a whole, like, cross this and that, but with D&D stuff. Because, like, I really want to draw my, like, my OCs in D&D stuff. Because it seems like a lot of fun. But you can ask my sister, I've tried multiple times to read the whole, like, D&D guidebook. It's hard to read. It makes my eyeballs go wonky. I try to read it, but there's so much to take in, it hurts my little smooth brain. So if I ever post about that and you guys have any ideas what I should do for it, like for my characters, don't be afraid to give suggestions because, like, I'm always open to suggestions. Oh, too much soda. My brother just walked in on me and, like, he sees that I'm talking, so he's just kind of staring at me right now. He left. Can you guys hear the door opening? It's soft, but for some reason I'm really anxious about the door, like the door opening for some reason. He already left. I can't tell him that you said hi. My music went off. It's the only sound barrier that I have from the outside world. Where'd the sound go? There it is. Oh my god, this is like the music that I'm playing is only an hour long. Like, it's only 2 hours long, so I've been streaming for about 2 hours. Yeah, my family knows that I have online friends because I don't leave the house. Like, other than Rosa, who's the sissy that I keep talking about, she is the only friend that I have outside of the internet. You can ask her. I am a shut-in. I don't like interacting with peoples. I wish that I did, because I live a very secluded life, even though I live in the middle of the ghetto. But then again, it's probably best that I don't talk to people here, because I might end up saying the wrong thing and making the wrong person angry, and I'm just giving myself more anxiety at this point. I'll stop talking. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. If you talk to me for more than a month, it's kind of implied that I've adopted you. Yeah, I drew Tawny at the beginning of the stream. And now I'm just kind of doing line work on her. I keep saying that Blue is the one I have the most trouble with, because he's so pretty. But I have a hard time keeping Tawny's face shape right. Like, sometimes I make her look way too skinny in the face because she's supposed to have big chubby cheeks. But I'll tell him you said hi. You can have him. I don't want him as a brother. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo stoner who keeps talking a lot. I have enough brothers. I have 3 brothers. I think after I finish lining Tawny, I'm going to end the stream because my neck is starting to get stiff. But oh god. Ugh. If you guys hear me making weird noises, it's just me feeling relaxed after popping all my stiff joints. But in the future, I definitely want to be able to do a podcast thing. Like, I keep seeing the Honeycast do it, and I just got a recommendation to do it again. Once I'm done, I'll post the requests on both I'll post all the requests on my Tumblr, my Instagram, my Twitter, and like anywhere else I can think of. I'll link all of those in the description once I'm done. And I already know what I'm going to do for my next this and that, but like I'll still put up votes to or at least let you guys suggest what you might want to see or what you're expecting to see for because I plan to do a Has-Been Hotel Dear Fellow Traveler Cross This and That video. So I'll let you guys make suggestions on what you think you might like to see with the demon designs, because suggestions and recommendations, they're always big help. So once that is posted, don't be afraid to give suggestions or anything, or make a guess on what you might think might think will be included in the designs. Oof. So far I have, I'm only going to do the main 4, but in the future of Dear Fellow Traveler, I do hope to have, more characters for you guys to enjoy. Since Dear Fellow Traveler is supposed to be a collection of stories from different perspectives and all that, so there will be other characters to enjoy. Shut up. I know I'm a weirdo. I never said I wasn't a weirdo. Just hush. I just remembered I drew Miss Blanc. I have a final design for her finished, but I haven't recorded the character design video. I don't know if it'll ever be up, so I'm sorry for that. Yes, Sean is my favorite brother. I do love him, but I also, when he is stoned out of his mind, I don't want him anywhere near me because he smells funky as hell. I do have a Discord account, but I don't have, I don't have a Discord community or anything, if that's what you're asking. I have the same Lil Monster handle for most accounts, so you can find me on Discord if you want to. But, a quick warning, I don't talk a lot on Discord. I talk to a few people, but, I don't talk a lot. I'm not going to spray you with holy water because I'm just as much of a sinner as you are, so, I think if I touch holy water, it's going to turn black as mud. So, that kind of makes the point mute, you know? Moot, mute, moot. No, mutual means included, I think. I think moot means I think it means the opposite of that, or the opposite of helpful or something. I don't know, I'm not a thesaurus. Somebody correct me, I don't know words. Yes, Tawny is baby. She is an adorable baby, and she ended up accidentally guilting all 3 of the others to join her on her travels because she's lonely. Once I write that story, I know a few of you are going to cry because Tawny's crying, and because Tawny cries, you're gonna cry. I've watched a little bit of Owl House. I really like it, and I definitely want to do a cross this and that video for it, either my characters, the Owl House characters in another universe. I don't know. Shut up, it didn't work. It's something that's been on my mind for a while. It's not because of you. Bad Mushroom, go to the corner. Go to your corner. My cat's staring at me like if I'm talking to her. I've already been judged by my mother and my brother. I don't need to be judged by my cat. Sissy, make her stop judging me. You were so annoying. Like, I actually blocked you for like 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm using a pen. I'm using a tipped stylist. Um, Usually whenever the group finds a place to like settle down for a little while, they travel around a lot, so they're kind of on the road most of the time. But like whenever they find a good camping spot, like Tawny will just like while Blue and Jess are out hunting, her and Harley will just set up camp and then wait for them to come back. And she'll suck on a bottle of honey like a baby bottle while reading a book. She really likes fairy tales. And as soon as she gets hungry, she then blocks. But she bothers Harley to make her something to eat because Harley's in college he was training to be a cook. So he knows how to cook things really well. Tawny can make some basic stuff. So like because Harley's a better cook than her, she'll bother him to make her something and just act like a bratty little sister. They have a good dynamic. I love them. Yes, I do love you too much to block you forever, Mushroom. But that doesn't mean I'll block you temporarily to keep you from looking at my art. Don't you wait know me. You started it. Harley's favorite food, Harley, like, even before he got possessed by a Wendigo, he was the type of person to eat anything. Like, he'll try anything at least once. Mushroom, don't bring that up. It is technically his food now that he's a Wendigo, but he has to keep from eating that. Don't encourage him. You'll make him cry. But, Harley's, because I like being ironic, Harley's favorite food was salads. He liked really experimenting with different kinds of salads he could make. But his favorite was, like, mushroom and cheese salad. I literally just made a cannibal's favorite food a salad. I just did that. Don't do that. Don't tempt him. He's trying to keep turning completely into a Wendigo. What the heck is wrong with you? Bad Mushroom, go to the corner. I'm blocking you now. You're going to be blocked from my Tumblr. Bad. If you're wondering why I'm pausing from drawing, it's because I'm literally going onto my Tumblr to block Mushroom. Don't know me. You know what you did. No, you're grounded. You know what you did. Do not tempt Harley. He already has enough trouble with the Wendigo that keeps talking in his head. people who are just coming onto the stream are gonna wonder why it's like this. It's probably always going to be like this so long as mushrooms involved. There's just going to be a lot of random shouting. Or would this be counted as shouting? Yeah, Tani is single. Like she's aromantic. Like she loves the idea of romance, so she won't really stay with one partner for a very long time. She doesn't know how to feel, she doesn't know how to feel affectionate with people. But, like, she doesn't really stay with one partner for long. She's had a few boyfriends and, like, maybe 2 girlfriends in high school just because she was experimenting. And, like, she's not really sure if she's not really sure about her sexuality quite yet. She knows she finds girls aesthetically attractive, but is mostly attracted to boys. But currently in the story, she is single. Mushroom tried to make Harley cry, so she's grounded. I do actually plan to have one chapter take place at a nightclub, and then like things go horribly wrong. I don't know if it's going to be because Tawny did something that made it go horribly wrong, or if something just randomly went horribly wrong, and the travelers were just nearby. How do you know you didn't make Harley cry? He's not on screen, so he could be crying in the background and it would be all your fault. Bad mushroom. By the way, does anybody know if like the chat log like shows itself in like the replays of streams, or is it just going to look like I'm talking to myself and the chat doesn't even show up? This is why I want to do a podcast. It makes me look less crazy. Yeah, Harley eats deer. He eats deer meat a lot. Hi, Lynn. Well, Morbid Mushroom tried to make Harley cry. I'm finishing up, like, lining Tawny. And, we're just kind of, like, talking about Tawny, I guess. But, for the earlier question, yeah, Harley does eat deer meat. Like, honestly, before he ends up traveling with Tawny, Blue, and Jess, one of the things he eats the most of is, like, because he's out in the Arizona desert, like, what he eats the most of is roadkill. Yep, that's what he does. He eats things that have been run over by cars because they're the easiest to find. Before anybody asks, no, he never gets a stomach ache. Oh yeah, he did eat sheep. He, like, the only time Harley goes on, like, what he calls a feeding frenzy, which is what happened to the sheep that one time, when he hasn't eaten for a while. And, like, when he goes on a feeding frenzy, he'll eat anything nearby until his stomach is full. And he has a hard time controlling it. I don't think we've ever discussed how, like, the marks on your monster Sona formed. I think it was just something we thought up because it looked like makeup and like it just looked good on her. If anybody here doesn't know what I'm talking about, for a lot of monsters, they have like little markings that like show up even in human form. Like they're either things that happen while they're monsters, or like if they get a tattoo in human form, it'll still show up monster form as either like a fur pattern or something. And yes, Tawny, like at the point of the story of meeting the others, she's never hunted before. Like at that point in the story, she hasn't used her skinwalker powers a lot, so she hasn't like transformed a lot. So so she doesn't hunt a lot. She's still kind of, yes, fan fiction writer. She likes writing fanfics. That was most something she did in high school to pass the time. She's got a little blog that has a big collection of her different fan fiction ships and stuff like that. And I know I've said before that, like, Dear Fellow Traveler, like, at least Tawny's point of view, it's like she's writing in a diary. I can guarantee you that most of what that diary is full of is fanfics. Like, little fanfics she them. Harley can slightly shapeshift. He can't go full Wendigo. He can, like, get little horn nubs. His teeth will grow sharper. His skin will slightly change colors, and his nails will grow out, but as far as he can go. He's not a full Wendigo yet. He's just what I call a demi-Wendigo. If he goes into a feeding frenzy and ends up eating somebody while in, or like even willingly eats someone, that will just further his transformation. He doesn't really transform like Alistair does, but I know in the video he did transform slightly, but that's about as far as it goes. Yeah, it was like in the video where he had to force himself to spit it out. Anytime it doesn't really count unless he technically digests some of it, because like once you digest food, it becomes a permanent part of you. Like he will make him, if he bites someone, even if it's just a little bit of blood that's in him, he'll force himself to throw it up. He's done that quite a few times, and it is not a pleasant experience, but it's just something that he knows he has to do, and he's just used to at this point. Though it's probably a really gross sight to see. If Harley gets really angry, he does transform slightly. Like, he'll start growing little horn nubs, and his claws will come out. In Dear Fellow Traveler, that's called, like, showing your true nature. And, for Tawny, Blue, and Jess, technically their human forms are what's called the hidden forms. And, their monster forms are called true nature. For Harley, he doesn't have a full true nature yet because he's not fully a Wendigo. And that's kind of why he's called a demi. Yeah, Harley ate 3 people, but, yes, Tord is a simp. But, transformations from, the first feeding to, the final feeding that transforms them completely, Wendigos do it through phases. There are some that get it done, like, I forget the name of the video, but like one animator does do a video on the one legend of the Wendigo. And like Wendigos, like like in some stories they'll hibernate, wake up and eat, then go back to sleep for like they'll wake up during the winter time, then sleep the rest of the year and keep doing that. And others, they're awake all year long but only feed during winter time. I don't know if Jess has ever gotten jealous of an old lover, because like throughout the 300 years that he's had 3 other lovers other than. In each case, he's offered them part of his Wendigo pelt, which would be offering them half of his lifespan. But like Jesse's been the only one to accept it for as long as. And as for Missy, who was the girl in the first video, she's not dead. It's been, I'm not going to say it's only been 50 years, because like it's only been 50 years by their standard, but like after Jesse left, she was like really broken up about it because they didn't know what would happen to him. But like after like 10 years and Jesse never returned, at least as far as they knew, she ended up marrying Jesse's older brother. So, like, she's old at this point. She has grandkids, and like Jesse has like visited them like once, but that was after like 20 years and like everybody was older. And he appeared to them in a slightly younger form, looking like a bit different, so they wouldn't know it was him, just because he felt guilty and wanted to check in on them. He visits them sometimes, but he never lets them know that it's him, and he never really interacts with them. Just like he just does it out of guilt and just because he wants to make sure his family's okay. What would Tord do if Toby ever had a nightmare? Well, that depends. Are you talking about like the happy family version, or are you still talking about the Doom timeline? If it's Doom timeline, he would like still try to comfort his kid, but wouldn't know what to do. So, like if he failed to comfort Toby after a nightmare, he would send Toby to like where you and Yanov are to like so they can comfort him. Tord, he doesn't try to be a bad father. He tries to be a good father. He just fails at it miserably. Yes, I saw the release of the new Little Nightmares. I got into that like slightly at one point, not completely, but at least a little bit. I kind of want to do a cross this and that for it, but I need to rewatch the playthroughs again. Yeah, he tries. But in the Doom timeline, Tord fails at it so many times that, like, it's sad. It's sad on both ends. It's sad for the child and it's sad for the father. Sorry for the weird sounds. My voice is starting to leave me. And stream right here because I only talk this much whenever I record. So, with all that said, looks like we're going to have to end the stream here because I'm about to lose my voice. So, thanks everybody for coming to the stream. I'll be posting all the art on my Instagram and Tumblr so you can see that. And I hope to see you guys in the next stream. I don't know when that will be, but most when I have it figured out. So, see you guys later. Bye!